Welcome to Rope Dropping Knowledge, where we guide you through the magic of Disney.
Hello, hello. This is Brian, and I'm here by myself because I don't know what Tracy's doing. She made us late yesterday, and she's kind of just doing her own thing. So I decided I'm just going to go ahead and record for you guys myself because I really care for you. And I've committed myself to you guys, and Tracy, she can be a little bit selfish, and I don't know what she's doing. I don't know where she is. Don't even know if she's in the house. But anyway, so far we've had a pretty good week. The big news is the Magic Keys, and obviously that's going to be a big topic today. Probably most of the podcast is going to be about the Magic Key situation here at Disneyland. An update. My niece is actually leaving tomorrow, and we're going to be at Paradise Pier. So hopefully she doesn't need anything from me because I am going to be occupied with our other nieces. But yeah, it is what it is. But our giveaway is still live, and that's the giveaway for the Minnie Mouse backpack and the corresponding same color, same, I guess what you would call collection, part of the same collection, Minnie Mouse crossbody. And you can see that on Instagram and Facebook if you want to see pictures. And all you have to do is direct message us via Facebook, Instagram, or email info@ropedroppingknowledge.com. And I think that's it for now. I can't remember if I did a blog. If you see a blog post with those two items, then if you comment, you can make an entry that way as well. The more methods you use to make the entry, the more entries you get. Alrighty. So, direct message us the answer to this question. What is a good Disney giveaway question? That's all you have to do. And we will be ending this particular giveaway on Saturday, August 27th, 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And you must be 18 years or older, live in the United States. All right. So we will be back at the parks tomorrow. That's Saturday, August 20th. And we will still have our Minnie Mouse Kate Spade card wallet to give away. So the first person to come up and identify themselves as wanting that wallet will win that wallet. And we will be posting throughout the day our various locations. Oh, well. Look who's decided to join us.
Man, this corporal life, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I'm committed to our listeners. I don't know about you.
Oh, whatever. I wanted to do it yesterday. And you
wanted to do it. I already explained to everybody what happened. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, again, I have saved the podcast single-handedly.
Whatever.
Yeah, we'll be giving away that wallet as soon as someone finds us. And I saw, even though that I was a little bit buzzed during the last episode, Don't Whip Float took the liberty of posting my drunk mouth about giving away a $100 gift card to the first person who approaches us at Oogie Boogie Bash. And what's that, September 10th?
September 10th, yes.
Yeah, so Oogie Boogie Bash on September 10th, dressed as Chapek. We'll call it the Chapek Challenge. And if you approach us dressed as Bob Chapek, you will get a $100 Disney gift card. Yes, I will follow through on that drunken promise. I hear Chapek has a good sense of humor.
Really?
No. No, I haven't. But let's hope he does. And because he's probably also, if he shows up, will be surrounded by a lot of unfavorable T-shirts. One of which Tracy is now, well, she wore today. We took a picture of it.
I don't think I have the courage to wear it to the park. I don't want the side-eye looks. Yeah, and,
What are you, yellow?
Too much of a cult, like, as much as, we're mad at Disney. I was mad at Disney and all this stuff. It's like, all right, all's forgiven. I'll give you all my money. It's like a cult. Or as someone said, it's a toxic relationship. Buy me flowers the next day and I'm cool.
It's good to know. Take notes. So, I already mentioned to the listeners that this is pretty much going to be a Magic Key podcast. So, why don't you get things started?
Okay, so, yes. So, right after, I guess that was on the 16th, a few days after, the day after I posted about the unfavorable T-shirt, Magic Key renewals were announced on the 16th. I think that was a Tuesday. And so the announcement was made that on that Thursday, the 18th, Magic Key holders who are within the 30 window time frame may be able to renew. I only know it's 30-day window now because I think somebody posted, Gothic Rosie posted it, and then I also was digging all over. I'm like, what's the window? Is it 40? Is it 30? Is it 20? What is it? And I looked everywhere. I didn't see it. Looked in the terms and conditions, didn't see it. Finally, I saw in an email that they sent, like, hey, bring back the magic, or the magic's back, or something, and saw the 30, in a small font, the 30-day window. So anyways, so they said that, so they announced it, they listed all the keys and the prices, and these were some changes. The major one is there's no more Dream Key. It's replaced with something called an Inspire Key. There's no dreams. There's only inspiring. And
so you could inspire, but then your dream will never be fulfilled. Yes. Right? Because isn't that the first step to achieving your dream is to be inspired?
Yes.
But then it's just like a bridge.
You're just going to be inspired.
It's a bridge to nowhere. Yes. Your dreams are crushed.
The Inspire Key is kind of like the old Signature Plus. No, Signature. Mm-hmm. The old Signature where you're blocked out the 2 weeks between Christmas and New Year, like the week of Christmas and the week of New Year. Basically, December 31st through January 1st, you're blocked.
Right.
So now there is absolutely no keys where there are no blockout dates. And then, so everything else is the same. There's still the Believe, the Enchant, the SoCal Imagine key. However, the price increased up to 16%. So the Inspire key is $200 more than the old Dream key, and the Believe key, our key, is $100 more.
Like you're literally being paying more for less.
For less,
and it's like quantifiable. And it's like it's not even something that they did strictly because it's like there's people who have the Dream key right now.
Yes,
and it's kind of like they're looking at it, and then it's like, oh, okay, well, if I'm going to renew, I have to get the Inspire key.
Yes.
But it's more.
Yes.
But I have less days that I could possibly go.
Right. But there are some new perks to these passes. The top two keys will get 20% off of Genie Plus, which is, what did you say it was? $8? $6?
Yeah, I mean...
$4. No, wait. $4.
It'll be $4. So
it'll be $16 into the 20 for Genie Plus. And photo passes come with these two keys. So you don't have to get Genie Plus to get free photo pass anymore if you have these two keys. Yeah. In addition, the two lesser keys, Enchant and Imagine, does get 25% off parking. now. So right now,
25%?
Yeah, 25% off.
Okay.
So we have our Believe key is 50% off parking. Those two keys get 25% off. So those are some perks, and I think it'll be interesting. Those 2 weeks, there will be 2 weeks of the year where there will be absolutely no unfavorables there. Absolutely no magic key holders. So it'll be interesting to go. I don't know if we'll fork out the 1-day ticket to go and see what it's like.
Yeah.
But it'll be interesting. There will be solely like tourists, non-locals, unless...
Maybe some of our cast member friends will get us in.
Yeah, right.
Just for the content.
But this is the first time in a long time that there will be days where there will be 2 weeks worth where there will be absolutely no magic key holders.
That's also a good thing to find out now that I think about it. Like, we all know that cast members can get people in.
Do they have blockout dates?
Do they have blackout dates? Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
And I wonder if I wonder if those change now. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then the other thing I thought about was, it's actually, although you're saying it's more expensive, and it gives you less of a value. This
just gives you less things. Period.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
less things, but it's actually doing the opposite. I think by giving them a discount in Genie Plus. Well, I thought it'd be the opposite, where if they want to thin out the magic key holders, maybe they just not offer any parking at all. Like, you have to pay for parking now, and that just discourages people from coming. But now it's even giving the lower tier passes a parking discount.
Oh, they get it too?
25% off. That's what I was saying.
Even for the lowest one?
Yeah, 25% off.
Wow.
That's what I was saying.
Well, I couldn't hear you.
No, you asked me. Is it 25?
No, because you said we have 50 now, so I just thought you were talking about the Imagine key. I didn't know you were going about...
No, all keys have parking discounts now.
Okay.
We have 50%.
And that's going to remain the same?
And everybody else has 25.
Okay.
But Inspire is free.
Oh, free parking.
Yeah, Inspire's free parking. Believe is 50%. The two lower ones is 25% off.
Interesting. What does a Dream Key have now? Is that free?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So that remains the same.
Yeah. So I'm thinking this isn't discouraging people from coming. It's giving them more encouragement. Like, why not have a pass that's super ridiculously expensive with no blockout dates?
Because I think what they've done is they looked at the calendar and they say, okay, when do we make our money? Mm-hmm. When do we make the bulk of our money? And when are the people that we want, the favorables, so let's call them the favorables. When are the favorables most likely to come? And that's probably going to be during the holidays. Mm-hmm. And so, especially the Christmas holiday. Mm-hmm. So during at least that one holiday, we're going to have no unfavorables. We're just going to have, everything is going to belong to the favorables. Parking or not, they're just not going to be there unless
so
they
don't care about the rest of the year.
Apparently.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just that, you're not going to get, because again, it all depends on how you think about it, right? At the end of the day, as much trash and as much breakdowns as we did, leading up to this, the one thing that we said is that really only matters is that any type of annual pass program, Magic Key program, is basically a discount program.
Yes.
How can I get into the park as much as I want for as cheaply as I want? Mm-hmm. And so it's just a matter of how much money you're going to save, and that amount of money depends on how many times you go. Mm. And so if you look at it like that, it's still a great deal. You know what I mean? Yeah, you might not be able to get every date you want, but probably more than not, you're going to be able to go. I mean, if you can go more than 10 times a year, pretty much for any pass, it pays for itself.
Yeah, yeah.
And the lower the pass, the less you have to go for it to pay for yourself, to pay for itself. For the Inspire Key, I mean, I haven't done a breakdown for the new costs and everything, but still, it's going to be around 10 times.
Yeah, I think Gothic Rosie did it, and it's like 8 or something.
Yeah. And that's just to break even.
Yeah.
So if you go 10 times in a year, which isn't that much,
Right.
we're up to somewhere near 30. I don't have an exact count, but yeah, we've already gone 3 times the amount of break even.
Yeah.
Basically, you're going to get your money's worth. So
They kind of didn't do what we expected. Like we expected, well, first of all, we didn't expect anything, but we expected that they would have just some ridiculous amount, like some key that's super expensive that you don't even have to make reservations for.
That's what I was thinking.
They pulled back and did the opposite, where like, let's give them a little more, make it expensive, but then don't even have a key that has no blackout days,
Well, and another thing, though, we have to consider, it's like, yeah, they might have done that, but if they don't sell any more passes, then that's the question.
Yeah, right? Because I was thinking, like, even though it doesn't seem profitable, I'm thinking this is every year. Look at all the people going crazy to renew, right? That's a source of income they can have ahead of time every year. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, especially
the people who are making payments.
Yeah.
Because that means, every month, because that money, and I think they might even prefer people who make payments instead of people like us who pay it all off at once.
Yeah, they do.
Because that spreads out their costs through every quarter.
Yeah.
Right? So if we renew right now, basically it's, I think, October? Mm-hmm. So that's pretty much either the end of the third, beginning of the fourth quarter. It's the fourth quarter. So
it's one and done.
Yeah. They're going to get all our money, at least far as the actual pass costs, in one quarter.
Yeah.
As opposed to spreading it out and having revenue for every quarter.
Yeah.
Which businesses prefer.
And I think now I understand why they kept that. Because we said, why don't they just get rid of the monthly payments? And then they won't have that many magic key holders, like that. But I think, like you said, it's good to have revenue stream, consistent revenue stream every month.
Yeah, because the thing is that let's say there's something like maybe not a pandemic to where the park shut down, but just like an extreme heat wave, right?
Yeah.
To where it's just like 110 degrees for like 2 months straight, which their scientists are saying is what's going to happen. Technically, the parks will be open.
Right.
And it might not be a lot of people coming, but here's the thing. If I'm making payments and decide not to come, that payment's still going in.
Right.
They still get to suck that out of my account.
My sister was there. She's like, since I'm blocked all summer, do I still have to make payments? I'm like, of course. You're not paying for the time you're going. You're spreading out the, whatever.
Yeah. It's a 31-year-old, y'all.
I know. Oh, that's stupid. I wouldn't have to pay. I'm not going.
Sounds like what my 18-year-old niece would say.
I know. Anyways, so yeah, that was kind of surprising. They kind of did the opposite of what they hinted, because they were asking people, "Hey, if we didn't offer you parking, would you still go every month?" Kind of those kind of survey questions. Remember?
Yeah.
If we offer valet, would you get it and just what? I don't know. So that's cool. At least everybody gets a discount for parking.
Yeah. Honestly, we hardly ever use parking.
Yeah.
I think since we've gotten our pass, we've used it maybe once or twice.
We used it once just to use the monorail. Mm-hmm. You used it the second time just to go on the tram. And that was it. We stay at local hotels, but I think it's more like I was telling you, the people who just want to go for happy hour, but it's like, do I want to pay $35 when I can go to happy hour at TGI Fridays and it's free parking? The food's cheaper. So I think those were the people we were thinking of that they want to discourage from just taking up space.
Yeah.
But then, like you said, they could just go to downtown Disney if they're only there for a few hours.
Well, if it's just for actual happy hour. But I call the happy hour crowd, there are still people who actually do go there for like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
In the evening. So it's technically longer than happy hour. They're in the parks. They're standing in lines. They're doing whatever. Because a lot of people will go.
But would they pay $35 a pop?
Probably not.
Yeah. So, but now they pay less. I'm only saying $35 because I'm anticipating a price increase in parking. Right now it's only $30. I guess my coworker Marg, who goes at night only, she just uses the garden walk, the 1250.
Yeah.
And just does that.
I mean, and maybe they're not telling the full truth about unfavorables as a whole. Maybe they do like us there. You know what I mean? At least somewhat. I think they want us there when they want us there.
Well,
I think that's the thing.
When I showed David my T-shirt, he's like, well, I think you guys all misunderstood. I think what they mean is unfavorable attendance in the streets. I'm like, what do you mean in the streets? He doesn't mean magic key holders. I'm like, what? Like, well, I guess if you're someone from the outside reading it, you don't think that's me. That is referring to a specific.
What do you mean the streets? What streets is he talking about?
He just means that when Chapek said unfavorable attendance mix, he just means in general that attendance is down at Disneyland.
That doesn't make sense.
That
wouldn't be a mix.
He says it is referring to the. Let me see what his exact thing is. I think the comment's more for the street and not for the actual attendees.
The street?
I don't know. I'm just like, okay, whatever.
Too many gangbangers showing up?
No, like, I don't know I don't know. Whatever.
When they said unfavorable attendance mix, meaning they're not getting the right type of people.
Right. He's saying whatever that means, but it doesn't mean magic key holders.
Okay, well, who would it mean then? I mean, I'm just.
I don't know. I'm just saying if
you brought it up,
you're not in it. I'm just saying a common person, not a Disneyland fan, reading it wouldn't interpret it the way we do. Magic key holders do.
Wow. Yeah. No, I was just trying to understand the logic because maybe I'm wrong. That's all. Maybe everyone who read it.
We're all in it. We see, oh, you're talking about us, because we know how Chapek is with, favoring the. We've been through this for a year, favoring the ticket holders with the reservations. Like people like him didn't know anything about the reservation system being two different pools and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Anyways. Another thing changed were the terms and conditions, right? They were modified. There's a statement that says reservation limited in availability as allocated by Magic Key passes and determined by Disney. So as allocated by Magic Key passes means specifically that the reservation systems are allocated by passes.
Right.
They're making it clear that you'll be competing with other pass holders and not with ticket
which we all knew.
Holder. Yeah, but now they actually have it clear in there.
Because they got sued.
Yeah. And then the other big thing was now they have a binding arbitration clause, which means that you waive your right to a lawsuit. You can't sue them, but instead, if there's a dispute, it'll go to binding arbitration rather than court.
Explain to people what that is.
That means like instead of in front of a judge, you have a mediator, an arbitrator, who will decide the case, the dispute, and whatever they decide, it's binding. You have to follow it. Instead of going to trial and discovery and all this long process, binding arbitration just means you sit in front of an arbitrator, they listen to your dispute, and then that arbitrator decides. And
which
that's
always heavily benefits corporations.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought they were supposed to be impartial.
They're impartial, but if you're going to binding arbitration, there's no chance of a class action.
Yes, no class action. It's clear in there. No class action.
So because basically you're talking about your damages, and your personal damages are never going to be more than the price of a magic key. Yes. So you sue them, and let's say that there was like some, I don't know, maybe you could throw in some promissory estoppel, like you invited all your relatives for a wedding day and couldn't get reservations or something. You're looking at maybe the maximum of tens of thousands of dollars, not millions. Mm-hmm. And tens of thousands of dollars is something that Disney would sneeze at. Mm-hmm. They're like, whatever. So there's no more multi-million-dollar settlements that are going to come out of anything Magic Key. That's basically what that means. So,
yeah, I think I understand now why it took so long because they need to write all this language. Who's going to write all that? I mean, there's lawyers and stuff to write it, but you guys know how much time it takes to write just one sentence. Look at me working all day. So I see how it took a long time.
Well, and there's also probably some internal back and forth too, because there might be people who were like, "Hey, corporations aren't monoliths either. They're made up of thousands of people, and there's lots of different decision makers. And there could be some factions that'd be like, let's just get rid of the magic key. Like, this is your chance. You're always complaining about it. Let's just do it. Yes, we're going to face maybe a couple months of backlash, but then it's over. It's done. Honestly, if I was them, that would have been my position.
That's what we thought. Like 80% of it, we thought, oh, we're not going to. We were already planning. All right, I guess we'll just go.
And I'm not saying that that's the nice decision or the fan-friendly decision. I'm just saying, if somebody was asking me if it was my business and that I worked for, and I worked for Disney, and they were asking me, and they were constantly complaining day in and day out about magic key holders, I'd be like, all right, this is your chance to get rid of them. Done. Over and done. By the end of, I think the most recent key purchases before they stopped were like, what, June or something? They stopped all of them in June. So, when June is over, it's a wrap. You don't have to worry about Magic Keys annual passes ever again. And that would have been my position. I always like to say, hey, if you everything in life is going to be a conflict, every major thing. So you might as well have one battle instead of thousands of battles, every week of your life. You know what I mean? Just get rid of it and done. And I try to follow that, Confrontation is hard, but that's why I'd rather have one. So, but then there's some people who in the Disney Corp are probably like, no, we need our magic key holders. What about our brand? The other side that I was given, And
then there's some guys who crunch the numbers and be like, look, Disneyland is a magic key park. No matter how you slice it, that's how it is. You stop it, we're going to make less money. No matter how much, you could be a genius at marketing, and still, without magic keys, we're not going to make that much money. I mean, there's probably someone saying that. Like, there's just
they could say, look, magic key holders, maybe they only account for, I'm just throwing out a number. Maybe they only account for, out of all guests, 10% of annual revenue, right? But that revenue is consistent in any market. It's been consistent in up markets. It's been consistent in down markets. So why would you want to give up that 10%? Even and especially and it's a 10% that's guaranteed. You don't even have to advertise it. You don't have to put forth dollars to make that money. All you have to do is keep the annual pass Magic Keys program, and that 10% of revenue will always be there. Now, yes, does it cause inconveniences in the park and with logistics and other things, and does it tie up the reservation system sometimes? Yes. But for 10% of revenue, I don't think that's a big sacrifice, and that's an argument, and they can start bringing up the other things. They're going to bring their kids. Who'll bring their kids? You're going to have great grandkids of these magic key holders. That 10% is going to last for generations, long after we're dead. So, there's that argument. So, and they came down somewhere that was, well, we don't even know kind of where they came down, because again, we don't know if we're the last of the Mohicans here.
Oh yeah, there's no news on new sales. There's still no. It's only renewal. This announcement is just for renewals. I mean, I hear people say they said they will announce something soon, but I don't know if that's true.
And as far as people not renewing, the attrition thing, I don't know if there's going to be a lot of attrition if people think they're holding on to something that they may never ever get again.
Yeah.
I think that I kind of changed my mind a little bit on that.
Right, because after they announce it, everybody all of a sudden is, I'm back. Like, I'm not mad anymore.
That's what I said. I said, all these people, they talk trash. Oh, I'm quitting. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do anything. And then as soon as they announce it, the system crashes. There's so many people.
Like, even I admit it. I was mad, but then I'm like, of course I'm going to renew. Like, it's like, I admit I'm part of this cult. They can do no wrong, like.
Well, they can do wrong. It's just not going to affect your action.
It's not going to affect my actions. Yeah.
Right.
And, be mad all day, but it's like the first thing you do is, oh, yay, we're renewing, So it's not like.
And again, if they don't bring back sales, or what I would suggest, they bring back limited sales. They say, we're opening up.
Make it crash even more.
Yeah, I don't even think they care about the crashing. Obviously, they don't.
Yeah.
It crashes for every major event they do. So, whatever.
And this is not like everybody is renewing at the same time. Like, we weren't part of it for last Thursday. So, it's even crashing when it's not everyone.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that time when they first went on sale, that maybe 1 million of us, because there were 1 million APs, were on the system at the same time.
Yeah.
This is like not even everyone, and it's crashing.
So I'm thinking that what I would do is say, we're opening 10,000 magic keys. So many imagine, so many believe, so many yada yada yada. Yes, it'll be crashing again, but they're going to sell out in seconds.
Yeah,
you're even going to have scalpers, right? They're going to be people.
They never release numbers though. They just say limited, and they don't. And
I'm saying this is what I would say. And. Because what does that do? Yeah, it's not about selling out. We know that the magic key would sell out anyway. It's not. It's not about selling out, or selling the 10,000 magic key. It's about adding value to something. It's like if you're saying, like, look, this may be the last chance you ever get, and anybody ever gets to have one. You're adding value to it, and then once people have that value. I mean, there's people who have, like you said, Dover Float has something that was baked in to Disney World that she keeps renewing, even though she doesn't live in Florida, right? But she's going to keep renewing it because it's the last type of that thing. Even if she got sick of it, she's probably going to keep renewing.
Yeah.
And so now if I jack the prices up to $5,000 and people can afford it, they're going to renew. You see what I mean? Because it's like, this is the last of it. They might complain. They might say, I'm sick of it. They might, no, they're raising prices again. Okay, well, you don't have to be a part of the club. And that's what people hate the most. That's why social media is so big. Everybody wants to be
a part of something.
And once it becomes part of your identity, hard to separate. So that's what I would do. I know that's probably evil, but that would be my suggestion.
Yeah, they like to cause panic so this is what happened on renewal launch day on Thursday, yesterday. They had, so you go in, you don't get the Thunder Mountain picture anymore. Now you just get the thing that says Magic Key. And then there's a note that says, hour and a half wait, whatever, more than an hour wait. That's what they always say. And then it says, please note that Magic Key Pass availability is limited, and being in the queue does not guarantee the ability to renew any Magic Key Pass.
Right.
I was like, what? Everybody panics, of course, like, oh my God, they're going to sell out. But no, I think they're just putting this here.
They're putting all the language in there.
Yeah.
Just so they have an excuse for everything.
Yes.
It's like, well, I couldn't renew because my credit card didn't work. Well, did you read the terms and conditions? We told you weren't guaranteed one.
Well, now you can't sue us either. So.
Yeah, now you can't sue us.
Well, technically you can because you're not able to get one. You didn't sign the contract yet.
Yeah, but what's your damages, though? Your damages are what? I'm a normal person that's not going to Disney? Okay.
Hard to calculate.
Yeah. The only way, and this is what corporations hate to hear when HR spills the beans. If you're going to sue somebody for not being part of their club, it has to be because you're part of a protected class. So you're going to have to say it had something to do with race, gender, sexual orientation, religion, disability. That's the only way.
Yeah.
Those are the key. Those are the true keys to the Magic Kingdom. And that's for any corporation, any business, anywhere you work. You know, a lot of people throw out the word harassment. They don't know what it means from a legal standpoint.
Right.
Like I was
or retaliation
or discrimination.
Yeah,
you know, retaliation. Yeah, you know, I've been discriminated against. How? Because I didn't get a raise. Okay. And
Bob right next to me got one and I didn't get one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, you're both Latino males. Like, how does that? You know, like, how are you being discriminated against?
Yeah.
You know, you could be targeted. That's a different word. No, but that's not under Title VII. So. Meh. Is what it is.
So then also the other, more than an hour wait on the screen. But then some people got lucky and got in 40 minutes. Some people were waiting 2.5 hours later.
Just like a ride.
Just like that. And just like when Magic Keys first went
That's
on
just
sale.
a Disney experience.
Yeah. If you're on your iPhone, you will be one of the 40-minute people. Trust me. I've done it with 3 devices.
Yeah.
And it's always the iPhone that when I get in first.
And my theory on that is just an iPhone, you could say, well, an iPhone processor isn't as powerful as a computer, but an iPhone is usually concentrating on only like a few things at a time. Mm-hmm. Well, your computer, you know, you got Microsoft Word in the background, and you probably got some antiviral thing running in the background, and then, you know, it's just... You get all these things. Computers just aren't as good with Wi-Fi as phones.
Yeah, and isn't it when you're on your phone, it's Wi-Fi and cell data that's using? Is it using both the bandwidth? Like,
there's a setting for that. It's because it's not doing as much. It's not the fact that it's like. I mean, there is that. You know, you have 2 options as far as how you get data, but it's not like your computer is doing so much that you don't see. Phone is basically, are you on a phone call? No. Okay. Well, I'm lighting up the screen and waiting for what else you want me to do.
Oh, yeah. It's not processing other apps. Like, it has apps, but if you close them all, they're not
it's not doing,
run in the background or something.
Not nearly to the intensity of a computer.
Yeah.
Phones, that's why your phone doesn't crash. Your computer always crashes.
Yes.
Phones hardly ever crash.
Yeah, I mean, I've tried it on iPad. The last time it was phone, iPad, and computer.
Right. And when you're on a computer, most of your things, like if you have like Microsoft, you know, the modern Microsoft, like 365, all those things are taking Wi-Fi data. They're taking pieces of that river that you would call the Wi-Fi stream, the information stream. You know, so yes, you are on, even though you're just on the Disney site, you know, if you have Google open, it's still taking some of that Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And if you have, you know, Patreon open, it's taking some of that, you know.
Well, like today I was on
and sometimes people have Spotify going on in the background. It's taking some of that.
So,
And some people don't even know all those things are on unless they go to their task master.
Well, today I was on my personal computer on a Zoom call, and I had nothing open, but it was like, you know, you can hear it thinking. You know how where it does that kind of sound where it sounds like it's
yeah.
I was like, nothing's open. And then the person on the screen was kind of like delayed. You know, I was like, what in the world? But if I did it on my phone, I'm sure it would be fine.
It was fine. Yeah.
Let's see what else is different. Not one person, but I was trying to look for like glitches. Somebody said they weren't able to do a full payment, like they wanted to just pay off the pass, but they couldn't get to the next screen when they selected that option. So they had to select the monthly payment method. So I don't know if they're just going to go call, you know, they just did it just to renew that day. Yeah. But they have to call and try to make full payment. So there's glitches here and there. Of course, it's expected because it's the launch day and then everybody's doing it at the same time.
Right.
Like I just tried to go in there like just now or last night, and it's like less than 1 minute wait. You know, it's like the same story. But it is very important that you don't let your pass expire. So
if you have a current pass.
If you have a current pass and you want to renew, do it within the 30-day window. before it expires. Don't wait till the day of and be like, I need to renew. And if you don't,
just to be smart, consider it a 20-day window.
yeah, or just do it on day 30 or whatever.
No, but I'm just saying some people will miscalculate and they'll say, I thought this was day 30. No. And then, so my point is the way to maximize your life and not make Tracy-like mistakes is just to assume. It's kind of like...
I'll do it on day 30. I will.
I know.
Because we're there. So if anything, I could just walk into the booth and be like, hey, what's going on?
Yeah. We'll see.
But...
it's just like asking people who are always late. You give them a different time. You give them an earlier be there time.
Well, that's why you don't say 20. You say 30 because then you have 30 days instead of 20 days to do it.
I know, but I'm saying if you just say it was a 20-day window is a shorter window, so they would renew early. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, the point is if you wait until the day it expires or after, you're considered a new... You want to buy a new one instead of renewing, and
which
you have
they're
to wait,
selling.
which they're not selling. So,
right.
Yes, make sure you're in your. You don't let your pass expire and try to renew
Don't let your
early.
club pass go.
Yep. So that's all I had about Magic Keys.
Well, yeah, it's been a saga, and the saga will continue because we don't know. Kevin and Christina still aren't going to be able to buy theirs until we find out. But, I do think there are some people who really 3 or 4 times a year, honestly, to the average American is a ton to go to Disney.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes we forget that.
Yeah.
And so if somebody gets like a 3-day pass once a year when they have the 3-day things or
a 2-day
or 2 days
once in a while,
every 6 months, I think that's
that's plenty.
That's plenty, and I think that's what Chapek wants. Honestly, if I would want, I'm not encouraging people to get more Magic Keys because that's just more competition for me. But that doesn't mean I don't want people at the parks. I just, they should do more sales, more deals to where they have those 3-day deals, or the thing that they used to do where they can bring a friend for $99.
A pass holder can bring a friend for $99.
Yeah, I think those things are cool.
Because we'll bring Kevin and Christina.
Or anybody, But I think you're not limited to just. Well, I think one year they limited it, and one year they didn't.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But those type of things, I think, also add value to the Magic Key. Because if you do like the bring a buddy thing, even though I might not go there and spend a lot of money every trip, if I'm bringing somebody who doesn't go there a lot, then that's going to be a big spending day.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, but I think the point is like, if you're already going 3 times a year or 4 times a year, you might as well pay another, I don't know, $200 for a Magic Key. I think that's the thing that gets everyone. When my sister just went for the 2 days, and we're like, oh, just $100 more, you can go the rest of the year.
But but to me that was common sense because it was only 100, like 160 more or whatever. I mean,
they can get. They don't have to get the Inspire key or anything, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you're going 4 times a year, you might as well get the Inspire key.
Yeah. But it's also for, she didn't have like a full-time job. So like to me, it's like if you're really managing your money, it's kind of like I said before, it when people take time off and go during the week and they're taking PTO, that's still like they have to figure that that's a cost because if you, I don't know how, let's say somebody gets $300 a day, that's what they make. And they're using 8 hours of PTO. Yeah. That's $300 they're spending on top of the ticket.
No, I'm talking about the people who do come to Disney 4 times a year. Right. Who will have full-time jobs, who go on the weekends. Wouldn't it be better if they just upgraded to a Believe key?
Yeah.
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 But maybe not because the prices went up for Believe and Inspire and all that.
But tickets are going to go up too.
Yeah.
They don't always go up at the same time. But every year they all go up. Yeah. So. Yeah. Okay. Well, now it's time for
It's Taste Talk with Tracy. Mash some magic in your mouth.
So we tried some new treats while we were there since we rope dropped. Not really rope dropped. We came like 5 minutes after rope drop. But that's early for us because we don't, we are kind of lazy lately and we don't come early anymore. But this time we did. Last Saturday we did, and we were able to catch the Candy Palace when it was kind of empty. So we got to try their new treats, which were the oatmeal raisin cookies, and the chocolate chip cookies. And then the hand pies. We only tried the strawberry one. That's at the Candy Palace. And the blueberry one was at Trolley Treats in DCA. I think the guava one is at Bing Bongs or something. And there's like different flavors depending on location. But it was just more convenient for us to just go to the two places. So the oatmeal cookies were our favorite. Those were really good.
Yeah, I think that they're probably the best out
of all of them. The chocolate chip cookie was good too, because Disney cookies are kind of dry, and these were not dry. So we were surprised by that. And then the hand pies are just the same as the hand pies that were at Jolly Holiday that one year. They're a little dry, but I think they're supposed to be like that because they're like Pop-Tarts. So
yeah. Well, I liked all of them. For some reason, the hand pies tasted better than last time. I don't know. Maybe because we ate them.
Better than last time? I thought the last time was better. The Jolly Holiday one.
I'm kind of used to Pop-Tarts. I don't like too much filling.
Yeah.
The strawberry one had a lot of filling in it.
Really?
Yeah, kind of.
I
don't know.
Not as much.
It was
That's why
good.
It was dry to me. Didn't have as much filling, but who knows?
But they taste, they're really good. And but basically, I would say we also we took bites of them earlier. We didn't wait 2 days and bring them to the house and all that. So that could have something to do with it as well. But I think basically those things are always good. I don't know why I'm stuttering over hand pies, but but yeah, I like them always, and it doesn't really matter the flavor. Let's see. I'm trying to think.
I don't think you'll like the guava one because you have that psychological thing that weird fruit doesn't taste good.
Yeah, if you don't tell me what it is, I might.
Yeah, I won't tell you. I'll just say it's strawberry. You can taste it, and then after you eat it and give your opinion, then I'll just kidding, it's guava. Just kidding, it's avocado.
Oh boy! All right, so now it's time for
Disney.
Oh, this is funny. Not funny, but Autopia had an accident where the cast member just found a car that was damaged. It looked like a bad accident, but it was derailed, damaged, and left abandoned. Someone crashed it and got scared and just got out and ran away in the middle of the ride. Because in Autopia,
they crashed it. How do you crash
somehow
it?
the cast member is baffled. How do you crash it? Because it's on a track, but it got derailed. It crashed so hard that it got derailed.
And why would that person think it's their fault?
Maybe they did something bad. I don't know.
What can you? Well,
and that's why they're baffled, because the maximum is 5 miles per hour.
That is hilarious.
So how do you crash it at 5 miles per hour?
What's so funny is that person is probably
I wonder if it's a kid.
A consistent drunk driver. That person says he wasn't thinking of the logic of it, that the ride malfunctioned. He's just I've been in so many of these situations, I need to run.
I wonder if it's just a kid that got scared. Maybe it's a kid.
No, because then the parents would be there where's my kid? It's
Maybe it's the parents and I don't know. It was just one. So if it was two cars, I understand, right? They ran into each other. But this is they found the random car abandoned, derailed, and damaged.
This is somebody who's had to run from crashes so many times that it was just muscle memory. He's oh crap! I need pills.
That Mercedes on the freeway. Remember, they crashed it and they just ran off. They left the
yeah, but those people were. I don't know.
They probably were drunk.
They were on something, man. They were chasing a truck and then smashed into the medium and then ran across the freeway like deer.
Ran away.
Across 4 lanes of the 5.
Yes.
Like, about they could easily have died.
Yes.
So, yeah, that is probably the same guy. The crash an Autotopia car.
But the cast members are baffled because they're like, wait,
I'm baffled.
This goes 5 miles per hour tops.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like you can't even be bumper car kind of situation, right? So how do you damage it and derail it at 5 miles per hour tops?
Yeah, but I'm just as baffled that somebody ran from that. I think that's the thing.
It was like
a ride malfunction to me is not baffling.
Yeah.
Like, okay, something happened. There was an electrical surge, whatever.
Like the vehicle was damaged.
And
like
the vehicle,
what hit it?
Yeah.
Like, did a bird hit it?
A bird, a big bird.
Big bird.
The fact is, whatever happened scared the person to running. That's what's hilarious.
You know how Autopia?
And then where do you go? Like,
well, that's what I'm saying. Autopia, if you remember, you drive to an area where it's kind of secluded. You don't see anything. It's just all like you see a little robot and then all grass, right? You don't see the rest of the park. So it's that area where there's no cameras, no people, no one.
There's always cameras.
Well, apparently they didn't. That's why they're baffled. They're like, they didn't see what was going on. The only reason why I think they found out it was there is because cars started coming up. And they're like, hey, there's nobody in there and we can't move. And so they had to shut down the ride.
I mean, I think we kind of all know the answer, though.
What?
Hitchhiking ghosts.
Oh. Well, maybe it's, what's his name? Ezra? That's the ghost, the famous ghost. The one in Hollywood.
Ezra Miller probably sounds like something he would do.
They all have names, though. One of them's Ezra.
Phineas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, interesting. So the other interesting part of dot points, there's two very interesting things, is there were Harry Potter merch inside Disneyland on Main Street in one of the stores. I think it was the Magic Shop. There were Harry Potter cards.
Right.
It had all the
logos.
houses.
Yeah.
Each pack of cards had a different house.
I wonder. Yeah, that's just as baffling as the Autotopia thing.
That's what I'm saying. All of dot points today is just baffling things.
Well, I got another one I saw, and it was just weird too. But it's kind of like the conspiracy theorist would probably be like, "Is Disney buying the rights to Harry Potter?" To me, or was it just like a bot shipment, and they just had to sell them because
we should go and ask.
Yeah.
I don't think
any of our Disney spies that are listening, direct message us if you know the answer.
I mean, we'll be there, but we'll just ask. We're like, why do you have Harry Potter merch here?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm sure some of our insiders may have heard something, and they'd be more likely to tell us than somebody out in the open. So, if it's a secret, I don't know. It'd be cool because if Disney got the rights to Harry Potter, but that would be a big deal.
Yeah,
that's a billion dollar.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's some weird explanation because it's in the Magic store.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they were supposed to get a shipment of something and hey, just buy 20,000 Magic sets, and they just did it, and they happen to be Harry Potter. You know, it could be a logistical thing, right?
It's weird. Let me see. I don't think there was an explanation, but
No, I don't think they would be giving one.
anyways, that's all for dot points.
No,
I don't know if we want to talk about.
Well, there's a 15-year-old boy found. This is Disney World. 15-year-old boy found carrying a handgun between juice boxes and candy bars.
I thought they go through the security thing.
It was already made it into Animal Kingdom.
How?
I don't know. They said that park security and law enforcement were called. Was in a Gucci backpack, so maybe they don't check, backpacks over a certain
Or
price.
if it was between they probably thought it was a banana or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a high school freshman.
They thought it was a camera. Like, a GoPro or something, because they have those handles.
Yeah, so the boy's mother said they had been on a Walt Disney World vacation from Alabama
Oh, well, of course he's carrying a gun.
Before they left on the trip, the boy's 26-year-old sister gave what appeared to be an empty green Gucci backpack for the family to use at the parks. His mother, who also didn't know about the gun either, put the juice boxes and snacks in the backpack.
Well, what's a 15-year-old boy doing with a Gucci backpack going to Disney World?
His sister gave it to him.
Yeah, but that's. I won't even carry the Kate Spade ones because I rough it up at the parks. Why would you?
Sister gave it to him, and they said, the authorities said the gun was stolen, so it wasn't even a family gun.
So it was the sister probably trying to pawn it off.
Maybe the sister just hates her family.
Yeah.
You're making me stay home. Here, I'll give you some contraband.
Here, yeah.
Yeah. They said the gun was stolen like on May 23rd, like a month earlier or whatever.
Oh, my goodness.
Those are the type of things that happen in Florida, man. I don't know. I think they're going to get pretty close to having to make some kind of announcement. I think right after the primary election. Mm-hmm. So that's November. What is it? The first Tuesday in November, second Tuesday. Right before Christmas, probably right before Thanksgiving, they're probably going to have a big announcement on the Reedy Creek stuff.
Oh.
And so we're going to see actually how that's going to go forward, because I hear that there's already talks behind the scenes between Disney and Florida. So we'll see. I don't know what's going to happen with that, but that's going to be interesting.
Oh, I have something that I found, but I forgot to write down. So we don't watch kids shows, but there's a show called Bluey on Disney Plus, and there was some backlash about an episode of Bluey that didn't premiere with the new season. Because Disney Plus wanted to reevaluate that show.
Why?
Or that episode based on their standards and practices.
I don't even know what Bluey is.
It's a cartoon for kids, so we don't know what it is. So some controversy with an episode. So now that they've reevaluated, the episode is titled Family Meeting. Wasn't on the streaming services. So now that they've reevaluated, the episode centers around family meeting rollout. Oh, because it did not meet Disney Junior's standards and practices. But now that they reevaluated it, they're going to release it. Now I want to watch this and see what the deal is.
That's just their way of generating hype.
Yeah, right?
This might be too dangerous for
back.
Disney Junior.
Yeah. So with a disclaimer that says it may feature offensive content.
Really? Well, yeah, now I want to watch it. They got me. They hooked me.
So it says it didn't meet Disney's junior broadcast S&P standards and practices in place at the time the series was acquired. Now that it's rolling out on other platforms, it's a great opportunity to reevaluate, which is what we plan to do. Supposedly, they reevaluated it, and now they have disclaimer on it, and it's released.
Yeah, that's all cap. Because here's the thing. This is.
I mean, if this is a way to get us to watch it, that's kind of lame. Because
because it's a
kids show though. If you want us to watch something,
but here's the thing: if they were worried about it offending somebody or being too violent with somebody, they would say what the incident is, or at least give a brief description of what was they thought could be controversial. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not saying that. They're just saying, "Oh, you have to watch and see."
Well, yeah.
And so now it's kind of like when you see those things on Instagram or Facebook. It's like, this content could be disturbing, so click, at your own warning. Of course I'm going to click. I'm going to click now. You know what I mean? I've stopped doing that because usually now it's just like wounded dogs. And it's like some charity for dogs or something. But
now I want to ask Caitlin because she's the one who has little kids, or a little boy, right? So maybe she watches Bluey.
Yeah. Maybe
or Emmy and Mia.
Maybe it's Cub Bluey and the dog blew up or something.
No, it's the family meeting episode.
Yeah, I don't know. But
is it like two uncles type of situation? Two aunts?
But
two
yeah,
moms?
at least they could say it, and then Like, because when they say, well, this could be disturbing, it's like whoever would be disturbed by it is now going to watch. And that, because they don't know what.
Well, not disturbing. They said it did not meet their Disney Junior standards and practices or whatever.
Yeah.
When they bought the show.
I'm telling you, as a social worker, I've seen lots of disturbing family meetings. Seen fistfights.
Maybe it was that. I don't know. Maybe it was a kid getting abused or a dog. It's about dogs.
Yeah.
Bluey is a dog.
Yeah. That's what I said. It's about a dog being injured. Kabluey. And I guess we'll end with, the Disney decorations on Buena Vista. The Halloween decorations are going up.
Oh, yeah. They went up already. They started going up.
This week. Yep.
Oh, and there was a new foodie guide out with a bunch of cakes and princess. Because next week is Princess Week.
Yeah.
At Disneyland and Disney World.
Did we check the Believe key as far as what? Because we have to go during the holiday food festival. So.
Oh, yeah. It'll be November.
Yeah, November.
Because remember we went with my mom?
Yeah.
And that was the food festival already, and we went in
That's
November.
true. They do make them pretty long.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I do think we get some days in December.
At one point, it's you'll see half Halloween, half Christmas decorations up. So.
Yeah. Yeah. Well.
So that's fun.
It's fun. All right. So just remember, our giveaway ends at the 27th.
Yes.
And if you see us tomorrow, the first people to come and approach us about the Kate Spade Minnie Mouse wallet will win that prize.
Yay.
You can't be family, can't be close friends. Because I know that there's always going to be someone. No, why can't I win? I can't even win. You're my cousin. We're going there to meet you. Yeah, I think that's it for today. Y'all have good thoughts for my niece. Hopefully she makes it to Iowa without, any incidents, incident free.
What time is she supposed to land? Or what time's her
I don't
flight?
know what time she's supposed to land. I know she's taken off boarding in Texas at 4:25 a.m. Texas time. And she needs to.
And they're in the same time zone, right?
As us? No.
No, where she's going.
Iowa? I believe so. Yeah.
So is the flight like 4 hours or 3
Well,
hours?
I don't know how, she's got a layover. So
she has a layover.
In Chicago.
In Chicago.
I don't know how long that is. Maybe an hour. So we will see. But they cancel a lot of flights. So let's just hope incident free, no drama. She's a smart kid. Not always the wisest kid. But what kid is?
Yeah.
All right. See you in the parks tomorrow. I'm Brian.
I'm Tracy.
Stay magical.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. Be sure to like and subscribe and visit us at www.ropedroppingknowledge.com.